What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and today, kind of recapping all of the trades and all that nonsense, we're going back and looking and rating the top 10 trades from this trade window, this little period, including the deadline. Like, for example, we're starting back at the Josh Gordon trade because that's, we have 10 trades to talk about. And I figure it's easier to start rank them and give you my opinions and make 6, 7 different videos for all the moves that have happened today. Also, tonight, I'm going to say probably 8 p.m. Eastern, Pink Slips will be debuting on the Twitch stream. Check the video description to get the Twitch link. Definitely don't want to miss it on that. It's going to be a fun-ass time. But without further ado, let's talk about all 10 trades. Let's rank them from worst to best. And we're going to start at number 10. And boy, oh boy, this was easy. It is Amari Cooper, who went to the Dallas Cowboys for a first-round pick. Now, I get the move. I don't want to sound like just I'm a Homer Eagle fan. I want to rip on the Dallas Cowboys. I think getting Amari Cooper, if you're the Dallas Cowboys, good move. They need help at wide receiver. It's just the compensation. Amari Cooper, no way, shape, or form am I giving that guy a first-round pick based upon what I've saw. He has a set of bricks for hands. He's regressed. He doesn't have any confidence whatsoever. And I don't know if Dak Prescott's the kind of quarterback that can, Derek Carr is probably a better quarterback than Dak Prescott, and he couldn't maximize Amari Cooper's potential. We already know the struggles. Even Dallas fans will admit their play calling offensively is not very good. So I just feel like, for me, if I'm looking at Amari Cooper and I look at what the other wide receivers went for, while some do believe Amari Cooper kind of set the market for wide receivers for the trade market here up at the deadline, I think looking at what other guys went for, Cooper should have been a second at the most. I still think probably in the third. I get you're gambling on the age. He's 24, but he's gonna be expensive, man. Next year he's not a cheap cap hit. And if things don't work out, they gave up a first-round pick for a guy that's not been that great the last 2 years in the National Football League. So while I think Amari Cooper to Dallas was a really good move for the Dallas Cowboys at face value, the fact that once you take a deep dive into the compensation, a first-round pick makes this deal pretty damn bad. Going number 9, it's going to be Eli Apple, who got traded from the Giants to the Saints for a 4th and 7th round pick. Again, kind of similar to Amari Cooper, not as I think Eli Apple's probably has a less. Not probably. He definitely has less of a body of work, less success in this league than Amari Cooper. But just because of the compensation. A 4th and a 7th for the Saints, who do need to try and find some stability back there in the secondary. Marshawn Lattimore, slight sophomore slump maybe. He's definitely not at the level that he was last year. Did not look good for the first couple weeks. Seems to be leveling out now. But you got, Ken Crawley sucks. You have Patrick Robinson, who's really good for the Philadelphia Eagles, one of the better slot corners in the National Football League. He's out with an injury, so they're just trying to patch up as they try to make a Super Bowl run, because you don't know how many more of those you have with Drew Brees. Probably this year, next year, you would assume, and then Drew Brees is going to hang them up. So I get the move for Eli Apple. I think a 4th and a 7th is not too bad, but in all reality, Eli Apple has been pretty much a dumpster fire back there for the Giants. He's had his locker room issues, and he hasn't really ever had a great game. He's had a couple all-right games and a lot of terrible ones. So, yeah, he's coming here at 9. It was just, he needed a fresh new change of scenery versus, I don't really know how much value the Saints are getting there. Going number 8 is going to be Ty Montgomery going to the Baltimore Ravens from the Green Bay Packers for a 7th round pick. They're just more so, what are the Ravens getting here? You get Ty Montgomery converted. I mean, if they're going to plan to move him back to wide receiver, maybe that makes sense. But it definitely seems like Ty Montgomery kind of screwed the pooch last week for the Green Bay Packers against the Rams. Pitt had like a blow-up on the sidelines, brought the ball to the end zone at the end where he ended up fumbling it when he was told just to take a knee. Someone actually made a meme. It's like, oh, my God, the first guy to get fired for taking a knee or something like that on Twitter. I gave a little – that was pretty much all I got on me. But, yeah, it's just, not a lot of compensation, not a lot of risk here for Baltimore. But it's just, in terms of player and name value and what he's going to bring to the team, he's got to fall here at number 8. Going number 7, it's going to be Dante Fowler going from the Jags to the Rams for a 3rd and a 5th. He's going to be gone. This is basically a rental. I don't see any way, shape, or form that the Rams are going to be able to re-sign him. So giving up a 3rd and a 5th just commits to the fact that the Rams are going all in this season. If the Rams come up with anything less than a Super Bowl, it is going to be an utter failure of a season, especially for how they've built this team. Got a lot of big-time contracts, a lot of guys that essentially are one-year rentals. And I actually feel like you have to almost view Marcus Peters as a 1-year rental, because I don't see how they're going to re-sign him. Well, it's a 2-year rental, right? Because wouldn't they be able to take up the option? Still, they have a bunch of guys here that aren't long-term plans. You have Sue, you have Marcus Peters, you would assume probably one of the wide receivers, like Robert Woods or something like that, is going to be gone soon. Like, this is their window. This year, maybe next year, but more so I think this year is the all or nothing for the Rams. And Dante Fowler is just another name there. A third and a fifth is a big price to pay for a one-year rental. You would assume Dante Fowler will give them some sort of compensation once he leaves this offseason, but still a third and a fifth for an edge rusher. Man, it's just, from what I've seen from the Rams, I don't see a team that's going to win the Super Bowl. And that's a lot of – they're not going to have anything. This is – when you're a team that's built like the Rams, where you have so much money locked into big contracts, you need those mid-round picks to hit and build your team. They're just giving up everything, assets left, right, and center to try and win this year. And while I like Dante Fowler, one of my Florida Gator boys, it's I don't know, man. It's not a bad move. It's not a bad move. They need help getting after the quarterback, have him as a defensive end rotation. I don't even know where you got to play him. Like, don't they play 3-4? He is no way, shape, or form a 3-4 defensive end. So, I don't know. Wait and see. Going to number 6, it is going to be Demaryius Thomas going from the Denver Broncos to the Houston Texans for a 4th, and they swapped 7th-round picks. I kind of already talked about this when I was talking about the Golden Tate move. I think that from a standpoint of they either go with Sammy Coates taking over for Will Fuller, or you have someone like Demaryius Thomas. I think, obviously, it's easy. You want Demaryius Thomas there. But it's a one-year rental. There's no way in hell they're taking up his $17 million cap hit next year. I think you can get out of his contract this year for like $3 million. So essentially, they gave up a 4th-round pick for a guy that's a one-year rental, and he'll cost them $3 million to cut him next year. I mean, you know, is it too little too late for the Houston Texans? Can they still make a Super Bowl run? I don't know. I wouldn't count them out, but it was a desperation move. Obviously, no one wants to see Will Fuller go down. Will Fuller was a monster. Maybe, you know, that they have a better quarterback. You might get a little bit more that Demaryius Thomas that we last saw with Peyton Manning, because he has, you know, DeAndre Hopkins. He has a Kiki Kute underneath that can help out. It's an interesting move, but ultimately, I just think it's an overhyped move. There's just too much name value. You know, people just think, oh, Demaryius Thomas, he's that really good Denver Bronco wide receiver. Only winners get wings. When in reality, he hasn't been that guy for the last 2 years. He's starting to recline. He's like 31. But, you know, again, at the end of the day, it's just more so the compensation, the player value, the cap hit. And while, you know, that is something you need to consider when you're ranking these, it's still not a bad move for the Houston Texans to get Deshaun Watson another weapon. Go number 5, Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon, the 7th-round pick from the Browns, went to New England for a 5th-rounder. We've already seen Josh Gordon fit in pretty nicely with the New England Patriots offense. It's a solid move for them. Low risk, low reward. You already heard him being tardy, and, you know, that's something to keep an eye on, something to monitor how long Bill Belichick keeps him on that very short leash. But for right now, it looks like he is a great fit for New England so far, and we'll put them smack dab in the middle at number 5. Go number 4, we have Carlos Hyde going from the Browns to the Jacksonville Jaguars for a 5th-rounder. This is because there's a lot of uncertainty about the running backs there in Jacksonville. I don't know if they're going to put Fournette on the IR or they're going to bring him back and he'll be ready after the bye week. But either way, I mean, Carlos Hyde's not bad. You'd assume that TJ Yeldon's probably going to go to free agency. So if you want to have that two-headed running back attack, because we've unfortunately seen Leonard Fournette struggle to stay healthy, I think Carlos Hyde is as good of a backup or a rotation type guy as you can get. I like that move for Jacksonville. I think the 5th-round pick is nice. You got Carlos Hyde's contract, which is somewhat reasonable as well. So I do like this move here for the Jacksonville Jaguars to give them depth at a position that Fournette has just not proven he can be reliable so far in his career. Go to number 3. Now, 3 through 1 is, I actually kind of feel like they're all ties, kind of. But we had to break them down, so let's do it this way. Number 3, we have Clinton Dix going from the Green Bay Packers to the Washington Redskins for a 4th-rounder. Now, Clinton Dix is one of the weirdest players because I know he's pretty good. He gets a lot of turnovers, but like he's never made that Packers defense better. That's kind of the way I look at it. So when you're Washington, obviously he's going to be an upgrade over like Monte Nicholson. You'll have him and Swearinger at the safety spots. That's pretty nice. I think the 4th-round pick is good compensation. I'm pretty sure that the Green Bay Packers had Josh Jones. Like, Green Bay Packers definitely drafted a couple safeties there that, you know, it's not like they just wanted to move on from him, clearly. But I think when you look at his contract, I'm going to pop it up here right now. Isn't he set to be a free agent? That's probably why. Like, these guys are getting moved right now because they're set to be free agents sooner than later. And yeah, he's unrestricted free agent next season. So, essentially they just trade it for a guy that they're going to have to work on a deal. But he's 25, and he's played pretty well. He's had good numbers. I just think ultimately for Golden, when we talk about Hyde, Clinton Dix, it's just like, is he good? Is he great? Is he just all right? I don't know. And a lot of Green Bay Packer fans, I was looking on Twitter, I don't know if they're just salty or not. They're saying that, oh, yeah, he might look good on Pro Football Focus, but he gives up a bunch of big plays. I don't watch a whole lot of Green Bay Packers games, but for me, from knowing what his production is, usually on the box score, knowing his age, knowing what Washington gave it for a fourth, I think most Redskins fans are going to be very, very happy with this move. And I just look at it from an outsider looking in. I understand that maybe Clinton Dix' name value carries a little bit more than his production as of late, but still you can't be mad at a fourth-round pick for a guy that's been able to be as that productive and still has some upside ahead of him. Going to number 2, it's going to be Golden Tate going from the Detroit Lions to my Philadelphia Eagles for a third-round pick. Now, you might say, again, another one-year rental type situation, third-round pick for Golden Tate. Yeah. But again, kind of like, I would say Dante Fowler going from Jacksonville to the Rams, or maybe even Clinton Dix if they can't re-sign him. They're going to be comp pick compensation. Obviously, it's a little bit later down the road, but I feel like Philadelphia, they get Golden Tate on a one-year deal, helps us win now, helps our offense that needs to get some momentum going. And then if he does leave, we spent a third to get him, and then in 2 years' time, we'll probably get a fifth comp pick at worst. So essentially, I view this as trading a third for a fifth. And a third for a fifth and getting a guy like Golden Tate this year, long term, that's a great move for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I don't know how he's going to be used. I don't know if they're going to move Nelson Aguilar to the outside with Alshon Jeffrey, and we're going to have Golden Tate play in the slot. That's my guess right now. But Golden Tate is a big-time get for the Philadelphia Eagles offense, and he really does fit the mentality of the team. So I'm excited to see him, after the bye, suit up for Dallas. And the number 1 trade, I just think it's, in terms of what you're getting from a player, probably the best value, and that is Snacks Harrison going from the Giants to the Detroit Lions for a 5th-round pick. Snacks Harrison, debatably, is the best run-stuffing D-tackle in the league. 5th-round pick. I know his contract's kind of ugly. Detroit has plenty of cap space to be able to sign him, so that's not that big of a deal. He's a great fit for a Matt Patricia defense. And the fact that you got this guy, that's a fringe, if not cusp of an all-pro type player. He might have even been all-pro last year, within the last 2 years. For a 5th-round pick, I mean, he still has some tread left on his tires. I think that's a home run, man. That was great compensation, pillaging the goddamn Giants that are a dumpster fire right now. Good move there for them. And yeah, that's where we rank it. Like I said, 3-2-1, pretty close. Debatably, I wasn't gonna put Philly at 1, so people are like, oh, cool. Just watch a 10-minute video to see him put the Eagles guy at number 1. So I'm out. Shout out the Detroit Lions, man, big time movers. What do you guys think about all these 10 trades, or just the trades that I specifically happened today? If you're a fan of one of these teams that made a move or got rid of a player, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As I stated tonight, guys, in a couple hours, we will be having the Pink Slips debut franchise on the Twitch. Definitely don't want to miss that. If you can't make the stream, though, I will be editing the videos. I'll probably wait for 2 episodes, 2 streams to go live, and then combine them into one video that will get uploaded on YouTube, so you won't be missing out there. But if you can stop in for the stream tonight, definitely try to. And until next time, it's C4 saying subscribe if you're new, smash the like button if you got a brand new play on your team. He's a nice shiny new toy. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.